finally happened. The letter's on your desk. Subject line, end of service, end of support. And suddenly your CT scanner, MRI, or nuclear camera, your reliable workhorse radiology machine, it's being described like it's already on borrowed time. You immediately feel like you're being leveraged to buy new equipment you hadn't planned on. And you've already been told the budget's tight this year. Try to keep spending down. Take a breath. An EOS letter is not the end of your equipment, it's a strategic notice from one business to another. And how you respond in the next 30 to 90 days will determine whether this becomes a rushed capital expense or a strategic decision that you get to control. Let's walk through exactly what you can do now that the letter has arrived. Number 1, don't panic, and don't commit to anything yet. The first mistake we see, immediate reactions. Someone forwards that letter to leadership and says, "We have to replace this." Not necessarily. End of support does not mean the system stops working on that date. It does not mean parts instantly disappear from availability. It does not mean service becomes impossible to perform. It means the OEM is shifting its level of commitment. Maybe they have new technology or hardware they're refocusing their business on, so they're phasing 5-year-old tech out of support. That's a big difference. Your first job isn't necessarily to replace, it's to understand. Number 2, clarify what end of support actually means in this case. EOS can mean different things depending on modality and manufacturer. Ask these specific questions. Will full service contracts still be offered? Are parts still available? And if so, for how long? If you had remote support before, is that going to continue? Are software patches still included? For example, a CT system might lose guaranteed tube availability from the OEM, but refurbished tubes are probably still widely available. An MRI may no longer receive software upgrades, but service and parts could continue for years. You need details, not generalities. Number 3, pull 24 months of your service history. Pull downtime hours, parts that you've replaced, major failures you've had, service response times. Find your total cost of ownership over the last 2 years. If your C-arm has had minimal downtime and stable service costs, end of service might not increase or decrease your risk. If your MRI has been experiencing gradient or RF issues repeatedly, end of service may simply accelerate a replacement you were already probably trending toward. The letter doesn't define your reality. Your service history does. More data, less emotion. Number 4, evaluate your real risk exposure. This is where you move from reaction to strategy. What would happen if that system goes down for 72 hours? Do you have redundancies in place? Where would you redirect patients? Are you a single system site? A hospital with 20 CT scanners has very different risk exposure than a critical access facility with 1. EOS risk is contextual, not universal. Number 5, get an independent service assessment. Maybe the OEM knows something you don't, and you'd better replace this machine. Or maybe they're just sending this out on the exact 5-year date from your purchase date, and you're fine. An independent service provider can tell you if parts are still in real supply, if there are known points of failure for this model, or if there's a typical life cycle that you're coming up on. Whether or not the second opinion is who you choose to go with as your service provider, it's always good to hear from someone else in the field. For modalities like MR and CT, it's very common for systems to operate years beyond OEM EOS with proper support. For smaller assets like DEXA or standard X-ray, life extension can be even more straightforward. The key is knowing what's realistic, not theoretical. Number 6, run the 3-path analysis. Every EOS decision should come down to 3 clearly defined options. Path 1, replace with OEM. Full capital investment in brand new technology. This is best for when clinical capability is lagging, downtime is increasing, or strategic growth just demands it and you have the money planned to go toward it. Path 2, a refurbishment or an upgrade. Maybe you need to replace your CT, but a brand new model is outside of your scope. You don't need all that. You can just buy a used model from trusted, reliable companies who will help you with that entire process. You need a new to-you machine at a reasonable price. Or path 3, extend the life of your current equipment with a service strategy from a third party, like us. Continue operating as before, but as opposed to using your OEM service team, you'll have different fully trained technicians who will want to help you extend the life of your equipment so you can continue to extend the life of your patients. Review those 3 path options and put some actual dollars next to each one. What's the right call for your facility? Number 7, control the timeline. Don't let it control you. Here's how this often plays out. The EOS letter arrives, pressure builds, decision time compresses, leverage disappears. But you don't have to operate on the OEM's urgency clock. If parts are realistically available for 2 to 5 years beyond EOS, and many are, you still have negotiating power. You can time any of your equipment replacements with your fiscal cycles. Maybe now is a good time to explore competitive bids. Compare new machines to refurbished ones. The key shift is this: end of service, end of support. It's a milestone, not a deadline. A common fear when those letters arrive is, what if we can't get parts anymore? That is the question that drives a lot of rushed replacements. And here's the truth. For widely installed systems, MRI, CT, cath lab, general x-ray, there's often a robust secondary market for parts long after the original manufacturer's EOS. Manufacturers have product life cycles. They innovate. They sunset platforms. These are good things in the world of healthcare. But if your facility isn't ready to upgrade, that letter sitting on your desk can be justifiably terrifying. But the right response to an EOS letter isn't fear, it's evaluation. Verify the facts, assess your risk, analyze your options, control your timeline. Radiology departments don't need to be reactive to EOS letters. They're definitely coming, so be proactive. You've got this. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like. And if you're still thinking about your options, check out this other video we made about service options on your aging radiology equipment. Thanks for watching.